Okay folks, so now we are back again. So our cluster is up and running now, which is a good sign. So these are the other tabs which are available if you want to monitor your cluster. You can simply use this monitoring view, and for all the hardware details you can just check up here. For master, the instance type is m3.xlarge, and similarly for two core nodes we are running the same instance type, that is m3.xlarge. If you want to resize, you can simply use this option. And steps, again, steps you can add basically whatever. Okay, let me show you. If you click add step, it will just show up in the steps view. You can add a step. Let's say if you want to execute a Hive program, you can add a Hive step. If you want to add a pig program, execute a pig program, you can add a pig step. Similarly, okay, so we'll just use a Hive program. We'll execute a Hive step. In this, let the name be. So it first of all needs a script S3 location. It requires a script location which should be inside a bucket name, and then path to file. So let us create a new bucket for this as well. So we'll call it as Hive CBA. Select a region. Again, region will be US East 1, North Virginia. So say next, create bucket. So our bucket is created successfully, that is Hive CBA. And if you see, it also needs two other locations. One is input S3 location and then one output S3 location, and these locations should be folders. So let me create two folders. So herein you can see create folder, click it. It's pretty simple. We'll say Hive input, save. Let's create one more for output. We'll say Hive output, save. So our folders are ready. So now we'll give the bucket name. First of all, bucket name is Hive CBA, and for input location we have created a folder which is Hive input, and similarly the bucket name for out is also Hive CBA, and the folder is Hive out. And if you have any additional arguments for your script, you can simply pass it here. We will not be doing that. We'll be executing a simple script. So let us write a simple script. We'll say new. We'll create a Hive query file. Simple text file we'll create. We'll anyway change it. First of all, we'll say let us create a table. We'll say create table employee. We'll say ID as integer and name as string. Only this will be executing. Then to view all the tables, we'll say show tables. Okay, so this is what we'll be doing. Let's save it as, we'll say all files. We'll say hive script .hql. We'll say save. So now the file is present up here. We will upload it onto our S3 bucket. Just put it here, say next, and we have it. So we'll give the name. First of all, it needs a bucket name which is Hive CBA, and then the script file is Hive script.hql. okay, so now we have configured all these details, and if failure occurs, what you want to do, we can simply say continue for this. Let's add this step. Okay, now if you'll come down and you can see our step is added, which was Hive program. Okay, and next is configuration. So this we are not worried about right now. Then events, so these are all the fields that will not be viewing for the time being. So Hive program, it is there, the status is pending, so let us wait for it to get executed. We'll refresh it. Hive program, now you can see we have refreshed it and status is changed to running. Let's expand it. If you want to view the logs, you can simply say view logs. It will give you options to view standard error or standard out logs. There you go. So we'll say standard out logs. Okay, now you can see the table which we created, employee, we set like show tables. So it has shown us employee table, which is given up here. We'll refresh it. If you want to view the jobs, you can simply click it. Let's go to the S3 bucket. Let's refresh it for once. Still running, it says. Okay, so now it's completed. I guess it succeeded because we saw the logs also. Let's go to Hive output. So right now there are no objects under this folder. Go back to Hive CBA. I think there's nothing in here as well. Let me check again for Hive output. Okay, so the script which we executed was this: create table employee, and once if this is created successfully, you can see show tables will print this table, or will print all the tables which is present under this schema. By default, Hive has a default schema. So when we did show tables, we had just one table, that was employee, that was printed. So if you want to view that, you can say view logs, you can say standard out logs. There you go. So that table was present up here. So this is how you can basically add steps, or whatever steps you want to execute on the basis of different types which are given here. You can either give a custom jar, you can also write a streaming program if you want. If you have a streaming program, you can use this. For Hive, you can simply say Hive program, and simply you can execute a pick script as well. So this was basically all about this tutorial, that is Elastic MapReduce EMR. Again, we would like to reiterate. So first of all, we launched EMR and then we created a cluster. Cluster was built with 3 nodes. Again, this is your choice, how many nodes you want. All that will be taken care of by EMR. And after that, we added a step onto our cluster. Step was basically the script which we wanted to execute, and in our case it happened to be a Hive query which we executed. And one of the most important things, whatever region your cluster is in, your bucket should be in that region only. Okay, so that was all about this tutorial. Again, when you are done with all the activities, let's go to EMR again. So when you are done with all the activities, you can click your cluster, you can say terminate. It's always good to clean up your resources if you no longer need them. So it says terminating user request. We can click it. You'll be able to see the same status here also. It says terminating. And again, I will just get rid of my buckets as well. So first of all, okay, let me go ahead in this bucket first. Elastic MapReduce. So this is the job that went run. These were the steps. Standard out. So these are the files which are available under this MapReduce folder also, which we created. Okay, so let me delete the buckets now. First of all, we'll delete the bucket CBA cluster. We'll say delete bucket, give the bucket name, confirm. Okay, we'll delete the bucket Hive CBA as well. Delete bucket, give the bucket name, confirm. And let me get rid of this last bucket as well, that is Amazon CBA cluster. Delete bucket, same process, simply we can get rid of this. Cool. So now all the buckets are released, all the buckets are deleted, and the cluster status right now is terminating. We can also see EC2 instances. I think EC2 instances, as we discussed, the cluster which we'll be creating, that will be based on top of our EC2 instances. If we have terminated the cluster, our instances should also terminate. 0 running instances. You can see from 3 nodes which were present under our cluster, 2 nodes have already terminated and 1 is shutting down. Great. So now our cluster is terminated. So let's refresh it once. There you go. So all the instances are terminated, our cluster is terminated. So we have released all the resources. So this was basically how we can use Elastic MapReduce, and in this the vendor which we went for, that was Amazon itself, which distribution we chose. And then you can also go for MapR if you want to. And again, we will also have a separate tutorial in which we will be setting up a CDH cluster on AWS. So if you are using a CDH distribution and you want some insights on to how to set up CDH on AWS, then we have all the videos which are in stores for future. So this was all about this tutorial. Thanks for watching.